Hello, guys. It is Morgan from the Come Up Podcast, Spurs fan of the Come Up Podcast, and the San Antonio Spurs are going to the NBA Finals. And I had to drop a reaction because I'm a Spurs fan, obviously. Unfortunately, I was watching from work, but I watched basically the entire game, and wow, from Keldon Johnson to De'Aaron Fox to the other role players, Champagny, all stepping up tonight. And then, of course, Victor Wembanyama, who didn't have to do a lot, but of course, still defensive presence, efficient team high scorer. It's just amazing. This team is ready now, and I mean, at the start of the season, I did not envision this. No, I did not think finals. I did not think that the Spurs were that far ahead. I just didn't think so. We have a lot to talk about on the podcast, which will probably be uploaded Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but that was amazing. And I mean, I was getting scared. Shea was hitting those shots, right? Alex Caruso came in, hit a few shots. Spurs were only up. We were only up 6 with like 42 seconds left. My heart was in my ass. But wow, just the tenacity of this team, for this team to start off hot almost in every single game of this series, to continue fighting. If there's one thing that the Spurs have, it's one team that this one thing that this team has, it's heart. It's heart. It is heart. Surprisingly, I came in as a Spurs fan the end of the greatness, right? I became a fan during the Miami Heat Spurs finals, right? I like the Heat. They were super fun to watch, but for some reason there was something about the Spurs that intrigued me, right? And they're also from Texas. My dad's side's from Texas, so connection there as well. And yeah, I watched those 2 finals, but again, casual fan experience. And then when I really got into basketball, it was the last year that Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs were like good. So 2017 finals, I watched that at my grandpa's house out in the country, and I watched Zaza destroy the Kawhi Leonard future with the Spurs, basically. I thought that Kawhi Leonard was going to leave anyways. It seemed like he always wanted to go back to LA, but regardless, that also ended the Spurs. I mean, the dynasty is a very hard word to say, especially because it's like, okay, I mean, were the Spurs really a dynasty from 2008 to like 2014, like that 7-year absence? Maybe not. I don't know. It's a very hard thing to say. And then were they still a dynasty 3 years after that with Kawhi Leonard? Maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking dynasties more like 99 to 2007, but who knows, right? That's an interesting conversation. That's another conversation for another day, though. Again, when you come into a fan base, a team, when you become a fan of a team, when they win, it's a lot different than experiencing the highs and lows. And there's still a chance for us to lose and for it to be a heartbreaker. There's still a big chance that happens. But it's different watching just the different little cores, and it's only been 12 years since, but it's still interesting. From going from Kawhi Leonard with LaMarcus Aldridge to DeMar DeRozan, and then not going into the playoffs for 7 years. With Derek White, DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker. Wow. I thought that at least one of those three would still be on the team by now. Genuinely. To of course, DeJounte Walker being like, DeJounte Murray being the main guy for like 1-2 seasons. And then us doing a complete rebuild, trading away Murray to the Hawks, and then tanking for a while. Started with Devin Vassell, and Vassell is my second favorite player on the team for that reason. Or Keldon Johnson's really a flip between those two. Those two are the only ones from that era, and it's really special to see them come this far. Yeah, Devin Vassell, maybe I envisioned a little bit of a higher role for him, a little bit more like a Chris Middleton with the Bucks in 2021. But I mean, he's still played really well. He's still a very high 3-and-D player, a very high-end 3-and-D player. Very high-end. And then Keldon Johnson's the spark plug off the bench. 6th man of the year, can hit threes for you, hustle man, crashes the boards. He's what every team needs. And I'm telling you right now, Keldon Johnson's jersey is going to be up in the rafters. I'm telling you that right now. He's too much of a Spur. And then, of course, I mean, it's luck. It is luck. That we got Wembanyama with the number 1 overall pick. The perfect player to pair with Greg Popovich and this organization, and Mitch Johnson. Shout out to Mitch Johnson, by the way, assistant coach. I wouldn't say I didn't believe in him. I was just like, okay, like, I was a Becky Hammon guy. I really wanted Becky Hammon to be the next head coach. But I mean, I was all in on Mitch Johnson, as in, like, show me what you got. And he's been proving Greg Popovich and the Spurs organization correct. Speaking of Greg Popovich, I would love for him to see this finals win. I would love for the Spurs to win and for Greg Popovich to see that. I think that this would be another ring to his legacy. Some people might not see it that way. Some people might see, oh, it's Mitch Johnson's the coach. But the amount of times that he's helped this team, I mean, he's been a sort of coach for them too, in the film room, at practice. He's just not on the court anymore. He's just in the on the second floor in the suites. But I mean, this is basically ring 6 for him if the Spurs win the finals. I'm not gonna go into preview. We're gonna talk about previews next week with Nas, my co-host. But man, oh man, it's a lot more special when you see the lows before reaching the top. It's not finished yet. But to get this high, to get this far, with seeing like how many years the Spurs kind of had to rebuild, and the doubt that like a coach like Greg Popovich and the Spurs organization had, the development that the Spurs had, it was annoying to see. But I mean, this has to prove it correct. I mean, even without Wembanyama, I mean, Stephon Castle was a great pickup. Again, we kind of maybe looked into Dylan Harper, sure, but let's be completely honest here. Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, these are Spurs developed guys, for sure. without a doubt. And the Spurs have been able to do that phenomenally. And now we get to the finals versus the New York Knicks. It's kind of, wow, it's super ironic. In a new Spurs era, we face the New York Knicks once again. At the start of the golden years for the Spurs, they had to face the Knicks in 1999. And for the Knicks, the last time they made the finals in general was against the Spurs in 1999, in which they lost to us. I think that this is going to be a very emotional series. And I mean, with Wembanyama, of course it is, but just in general, there's a lot of those old memories are going to come back up. And I kind of hate it because I actually really like the Knicks story. But I guess that we'll have to play a little bit of the villain here. Spurs are back, baby. Go Spurs, go. I'll see y'all Wednesday.